Hey everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another Star Wars movie review, everybody, and we're moving on to The Empire Strikes Back, everybody. Episode 5. This movie came out in 1980, 3 years after the original Star Wars came out. Woo! And let me tell you what, this movie is pretty much regarded as the best Star Wars movies by most people. By most people, it's the best Star Wars movie. I have seen people put the first Star Wars in the number one spot on occasion, so which I think is kind of deserving, depending on who you are. This movie is also one of the best sequels that has ever been made. That's right, ever been made. It's one of the best movies that's ever been made, and this movie is directed by Irvin Kershner. Everybody, awesome director. They picked a great director to do this follow-up to the original Star Wars. All of our characters are back once again, playing Luke, Leia, Vader, Han, Chewie, C-3PO, R2-D2. They're all back in the movie, and their characters all have amazing growth in this movie. And that's the thing, is like the world building and everything that was done in the first movie, they take that and they add to it and grow it even more and make it even better than it was in the first movie. Like, they did such a phenomenal job growing what was already established and what was already great about the first Star Wars movie, and they added to it and made it so much more than what it was. The mythology, the lore, everything, just cranked it up. We have some new characters in the movie. We have Yoda, Jedi Master Yoda, everybody, played by Frank Oz. And then we have Billy D. Williams, everybody, as Lando Calrissian, everybody, when they go to Cloud City. So those are our two new characters. Boba Fett is in the movie, is actually in this movie and speaks a couple times. It's one thing I've never understood about this, the original trilogy. Boba Fett was such a popular character, and I get it. He looked cool, he looked badass, so I imagine as a little kid I would have been drawn to him because of the way he looked. But like, he really doesn't do anything in this original trilogy. He doesn't. In the first movie, he's just standing there with Jabba when Jabba's talking to Han. This movie, he has 2 or 3 lines, but he's just there to take Han, who's frozen in carbonate, to Jabba. Like, he doesn't really do anything. He has a couple lines, and then in the third movie, he just dies. Like, just like that, basically. I don't know. I've never understood why he's such a popular character besides his looks. I get it. He's a bounty hunter, and he looks badass. But otherwise, I've never quite understood it, because in The Mandalorian, you actually get to see him be a badass. So that I can understand, because they finally got to see Boba Fett be a badass in that show. So, but those are our new characters thrown into the movie. So like I said, this is one of the greatest sequels ever made, everybody. And the special effects in the movie, the first Star Wars movie was groundbreaking when it came to special effects. Like, with what they were doing in 1977, it was crazy. And this movie cranked it up times 1,000 with the special effects, and they even did even more shit that had never been seen before with the technology and everything that they had at the time. Like, if you watch this movie in like 4K or high definition, and you're like, this movie was made in 1980? Like, it looks that damn good. The special effects look that damn good. And I'm not talking about the shit that George added. I'm talking about the shit that he did in 1980 when the movie came out. Like, special effects are top notch. Like, great. The story is just phenomenal. This is probably the best written Star Wars movie that's ever been made, people. The best written Star Wars movie. You got a little bit of romance in this. You got some coming of age story stuff. You have a little bit of a betrayal storyline in there. And through all that and the action and all that stuff, you have this, like, in between all that, you have these deep themes that are embedded in this story that make everything just so like deep and so impactful on you as as a viewer, you watching this movie. Like it's phenomenal what they did with this movie. Whether you're talking about the big reveal towards the end of the movie with Vader and Luke's fight, like just jaw-dropping, like when he tells him he's his father. Holy shit, that's some deep stuff going on right there. Deep stuff. And that fight sequence between Luke and Vader, awesome. Most definitely the best lightsaber fight in the original trilogy. It blows the Obi-Wan and Vader one out of the water, and it most definitely blows the Luke and Vader one in Return of the Jedi out of the water. Jesus, great freaking lightsaber fight sequence. The stuff with Yoda and Luke training and Luke finding out who he is on Dagobah, awesome stuff. The Cloud City stuff, it's just awesome. There's great action sequences with the Millennium Falcon running from the Empire. All the stuff in the beginning of the movie on Hoth, it's just a fantastic movie, people. Fantastic. So I'm going to give Empire Strikes Back a 10 out of 10. That's right. It is a perfect ass movie for me. So a 10 out of 10 for Empire Strikes Back, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed that review. Thanks for watching, and I'll be catching you on the tube later because I have spoken.